Salute me, familia.
Salute.
Today on Screen Rant, we're diving into the ultimate family reunion. Han's return in F9 after his apparent death during the events of Tokyo Drift had an equal number of Fast and Furious fans excited and in an uproar, but we think his resurrection was for the best.
This is Brazil!
First off, we have to talk about representation in the Fast and Furious franchise. While Black, Hispanic, and Caucasian characters make up the majority of the cast, it's notable that for such a huge swath of characters that there are shockingly few of Asian descent. Sure, Tokyo Drift is the exception, but the central family of characters lacked Asian representation. Enter 2009's Fast and Furious, which features Han very briefly and sets itself as taking place prior to Tokyo Drift. He would return for the next two entries before the time loop was completed at the end of Furious 6, where it appears that Han is killed off by Jason Statham's Deckard Shaw. Of course, this was later retconned in F9, where it's shown to be nothing more than a trick employed by Mr. Nobody. This allowed Han to return and rejoin the family. Of course, naysayers could make the argument that instead of bringing back a character whose death holds so much significance, that they could have brought in a separate character like Suki, or have been content with the return of Tokyo Drift's ending. After all, while Han was a popular character, a big part of the draw was his death. In Doctor Who terms, it was a fixed point in time for the franchise from which the drama of Furious 7 arose. By negating his demise, the series also negates the powerful conflict at the center of that story. But then that popularity is a hefty argument for bringing him back. The Fast and Furious films have gotten progressively more and more ridiculous over time, to the point that Han's return in F9 isn't even the most outlandish moment in that film. Compared to the car gymnastics in the opening sequence and the reveal of Dom's brother, it seems downright mundane when confined to just that film. So to bring back a fan-favorite character feels like a step in the right direction for a franchise now built on fan service, especially when paired with Mr. Nobody's incredible retconning powers. Then there's Dom and the chemistry shared by the two characters. At the end of Tokyo Drift, it's revealed that Han and Dom were friends before Han came to Tokyo. We then got an origin story of sorts over the next three films, and it proved beyond all doubt that these two belonged together on screen. Seeing the two men hug it out upon being reunited in F9 is a touching moment because it just feels right. This is where Han belongs. But that's just our opinion. What do you think about Han's return? Let us know in the comments.